So what's good? How you doing? If you saw my other video, you saw that I made a program that automatically removes silence from videos. I'm gonna walk through the code a little bit. So what's up? Let's get going. We're going to import a few libraries here from MoviePy and from PyDub. So this MoviePy, we're gonna import video file clip and then concatenate video clips. This is a function and this is a class. So we're gonna import that, and then from PyDub we're gonna import audio segment, which is also a class to represent the audio segments that we're going to be using and manipulating. And as you can see, I have notes here, so you should be able to keep track if you're using this and not watching the video. So anyway, we also need this function here, which is going to detect non-silence. So any portion where I'm speaking, it's going to know based on a certain threshold of sound volume that I'm purposely making a noise. And then this is for the temporary files which we make, and then this is for the operating system. I'm pretty sure I use this for making paths and stuff, or getting the path from the video files. So anyway, here's where we define the function. So we're going to take in an input file, which is going to be the path to the file that we're going to process. In this case, we have this video here, which I showed in the other clip, in the other video. Just this B-roll.
Sounds, words, audio, more sounds, more words, more audio, final sounds, final words, final audio. Goodbye.
And you can see there was many pauses in that. After I ran it, it gave me
sounds, words, audio, more sounds, more words, more audio, final sounds, final words, final audio. Goodbye.
You can see it cut out all the silences. So that's awesome. So we take the input file path, the output file path that we wanted to be at. Then we take the silence threshold, which in this case is -40 decibels. So I had to adjust these levels because when I'm speaking, my volume tends to go up and down a little bit. And if I set the silence threshold to be too high, too high, where it was like -10, then when I was talking more quietly, like I was more whispering, I guess, it would cut those parts out. And that was obviously not good. So I had to bring it down to -40. And then the minimum length in milliseconds of silence to be considered for removal. So if there was anything more than 500 milliseconds of silence, then I would remove it. Then we have a buffer time. And then this is a little bit of extra space that I wanted to add to at the end of each speaking portion, so that when it cut, it wasn't like right on the end of my word. It was a little bit of space. So have the buffer time variable there. Then we're going to load the video. So we're going to create this clip variable, which is again based on this class that we just imported called video file clip. So all we got to do is pass in the path that we want to use to make this clip. So now we have the clip. So now we're going to create an audio file that we're going to be manipulating before we do the cuts to the video file. So the way it's going to work is we're going to detect the silences in the audio file and then go back and remove and use those non-silent ranges as the markers to know what to cut out of the video file. So first we are going to create a temporary variable. So we're going to grab that audio, hold it in a temporary variable, and then we're going to use our class that we imported to create an audio segment file. Then we delete that temporary file. Now we're going to detect the non-silent ranges using that function that we just imported as well. So we're going to create this array here. It's going to be a list of integers, as you can see. And we're going to get the pass in the audio file, the silence threshold variables that we created up here, -40 decibels and 500 milliseconds. And then we're going to get and return this array. So then now we're going to convert those time ranges into seconds, and then we're going to add in that buffer. So we're left here with, again, a list of floats. So we're going to end up cutting out silences and then having a bunch of sort of individual clips of me talking, and then we're going to concatenate them together. And then we're going to save the final video using this write video file, which is a part of this video clip that we get as a return of this function. And then we just write it to the output files path that we had earlier. This is the codec that we're going to use, the audio codec and the bit rate. You can just use these same settings. And then here is just where we're going to call this function in our Python file. So Here we have the names of the files. In this case, beat, we could change this to B-roll. If we were to use it again here with this is how you would do it. So whatever your file was, and then if you wanted to call it output, and then you would just come here, we would have to run it. So we could say python remove.py, and then that would run this function. So we can see it writing here. It takes, I mean, this is like a 5-second clip, so it's going to be really fast. But for this, the last video that I posted, which was like a 7-minute video when I recorded it, it took maybe 10-15 minutes for it to do all the editing. So it takes a little bit of time, but compared to the time it takes you to manually cut those silences out is way faster. That could take, I don't know, for me, depending on the video, it can take 40 minutes, you know, an hour sometimes. So again, we have now this output file and we can look at it.
Sounds, words, audio, more sounds, more words, more audio, final sounds, final words, final audio. Goodbye.
Goodbye and goodbye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the video.